On your marks, get set, play.
I love that.
Good flavor.
That I really like.
That is delicious.
Bakers, your time is up.
Welcome back to the tent. It's Krème Patisserie. It's a great British bake-off podcast hosted by me, the Internet's Nick. I'm not the Internet's Nick Jew, people. I promise you I'm not. I'm the Internet's Nick 713. That is the Internet's Nick Jew. It just wasn't going to happen for me today, champ.
It's like a face-off.
That's the one error I don't make. I just, man, there you go. I was really just thought I had something going there, people. What's good? Back at it like a bad habit. We missed yesterday because my lady went to a concert. That ended up going long enough. We definitely could have did the show, but that's me being worried. So it all worked out. They went to go see a band called Lawrence, and I think you might bang with Lawrence's music. It's pretty good. The band is called Lawrence. I don't know the people who are in that band. I have no idea what their name is, but it's I listened to a little bit of the music. I was like, okay, this kind of a little funky pop kind of vibe sensibilities. I can deal with it.
Okay.
So I'm not saying jump down with it, but I was, but Ness was like they show love to D'Angelo at the show last night. I'm like, all right, so they my kind of people then.
I actually ended up watching Baby Boom last night.
Nice. So it's all to the good, people. Man, it is pastry week, and I oftentimes have a good time pastry week, but then not because it's oftentimes a weird ass British savory pies that do nothing for my American palate and sensibilities. Fun to watch them bake, but
Fair.
It's like I like watching the show because sometimes I like to be like, I eat that. It wasn't a lot of I eat that this week. I can promise you that. In fact, I think it's probably like one thing I could eat. I think my man's tofu joint.
Yes, but
yeah,
tofu and bread. No, thank you.
Well, I've had various tofu dogs and the like and so forth. You know, soy dogs and stuff like that. There, so it's like it works.
But it's not like tofu in the hot. It's like a soy product base with a meat-like texture.
Yeah. And he just used whatever he used. It was like ground. It looked ground. So I think he just
that's true.
They might just be throwing tofu loosely because they be just out there.
When I was in the UK, I did not get a sausage roll. So I still need to have a sausage roll. So there were many of these that I wanted to smash for sure.
I wonder. I was actually just talking when we were watching this episode. I was talking about this. I wonder if there are. I'm sure there are, but where are a British themed restaurant? You know what I'm saying? Because British food kind of whack. So
that's probably why there's not a lot.
I doubt you want to build an entire situation around it, but maybe some British classics like a sausage roll and a Scotch egg, or I guess that's UK. But you know, things like that might work over here.
Well, there's a place in Northern Virginia, I think, that sells like UK stuff, and I've been meaning to go, but now that we're in like the tariff situation, I don't know how affordable things are going to be, but I imagine they've got like a deli section where I could probably pick up a sausage roll.
Yeah.
So eventually I'm gonna make my pilgrimage out there. I'm still roaming around the Asian markets currently.
That's where your themes are at right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to call you Chef Nick as I introduced you this time, but hey, it didn't work out. Chef Nick was chefing up some old marvelous things this night, y'all. So just know she can cook. You should probably holler at her.
Only out of necessity. Like
I'm just saying.
Everyone in my family cooks. I have a big ass family on both sides. Most of the men do the cooking. I just started making gumbo when I left California, but now I have to say I make a really freaking good gumbo.
There you go. Figured it out. Locked it down. That's what's up.
The ancestors will guide you.
Well, let me see. Our remaining bakers in the tent. You know, we do have protocol.
Yes.
Are Aaron, Ian, Jasmine, Leslie, Natalia, Toby, and Tom. And as we tick them down, I'm like, there's a lot of dudes left in this tent. That's wild. So, again, we'll see how this all plays out when it's all said and done.
I thought that y'all did an amazing job last week. Like I told you, I love hearing Box on this show. But
go on.
I had to come back here to I'm not gonna let that Aaron slander stand. I'm gonna stand up for my boy. It wasn't even slander, but I was just like, what? They don't leave Aaron alone. The man won. Let him have victory lap.
You know, I bang. That's my dude.
I know, but y'all was hating.
Not hate. I feel like I'm like, y'all put my man over a little too soon.
That piano was gorgeous.
It was, and I'm not saying it wasn't, but
Let me tell you what won it for him. It was the signature challenge because Paul and Prue was like spices, seasoning, and it's not too much. And they like ate it later. Like, oh no, that's this week. Signature challenge last week, his pudding didn't quite set, but the flavors that they loved it so freaking much. Like him and Jasmine were neck and neck in that challenge, but her pudding set. That was it. But I think it was his flavors all episode that really pulled him through.
Yeah. Here you go. So now you have Nick's opinion on last week's chocolate week. In case you was wondering what some of her thoughts on that situation were.
Yes. Should have been here.
I mean, hey, as it is, y'all. But y'all know how we gets down. We got a little news segment we do every week. It is called Bakers Make the World Go Round. We try to pull a news story from the realm of baking. Oftentimes, having something to do with the Great British Bake Off, if possible. And this week, it does. But it also comes with a little video package. So let me push play on that. Bakers make the world go round. Bakers make the world go round. This is from the Radio Times. We had sent this back and forth in our Instagram group chat, and Nick reminded me of it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, there we go. That'll do. That'll do." So this is from last week. GBBO's Prue Leith reveals why she was labeled a fattest, as she and Paul Hollywood share best advice to bakers. The Great British Bake Off judge on why making the series is just being in a carry-on film. I don't know what a carry-on film is. You?
No.
All right. We're gonna right-click that and search Google. Carry On. Carry On is a film that came out. I don't feel like this is what she means by that. Carry On film. Carry On film. And then we're going to click slang.
Wait, read that sentence again.
Okay, give me a second. Let me click on it. The Great British Bake Off judges on why making the series is just like being in a carry-on film.
I'm just wondering if it has something to do with their little like keep calm and carry on.
Check it out. The Carry On films. This British comedy film franchise, popular from the late 50s through the 70s, is famous for its parodies, farce, humor based on double entendres. A reference to the series can be a playful wink to the style of suggestive, old-fashioned comedy.
Cute.
Thanks, Prue. You put me on some new British slang.
Mm-hmm.
Laura Rutkowski is on the byline here. This article first appeared in the Radio Times magazine, just in case you were wondering. When RT meets the Great British Bake Off judges Paul Hollywood 59 and Prue Leith 85 at the famous White Tent in Berkshire Wellfoot Park, we shake hands. This technically means that I've had a coveted Hollywood handshake, although Paul is quick to point out that he also gives that to builders and my dentist. Oh, Paul Hollywood. Bake Off has been running for 16 series. Has what you looked for in a baker changed in that time? Prue Leaf. I vacillate. I never really know whether I'm after massive, innovative, or really classic, traditional good baking. It's so exciting when the baker comes up with something you've never eaten before, or a combination of flavors that is combination of flavors that is. That's not how American English works. That is really imaginative. I would think that flavors are, right? Yeah. Okay. You got it, Dane. Then somebody bakes a good old favorite that you absolutely love, like rhubarb crumble, and it's so wonderful because it's homely. They say homely instead of homey, y'all. Real and familiar. Paul Hollywood. One of the things we've had a lot this series is overcomplicating a recipe with too many flavors. You need a hero flavor and a couple to back it up. And a couple. Okay. So one flavor to come through and a couple just to have get a little zing. I hear you, Paul Hollywood, or read you as it were.
He said that in the lead
this
up
week. Yeah. The innovation this year has really surprised, impressed, and disappointed me at the same time. What cake should someone bake to win you over? Prue, one that has lots of ground almonds in it. We had a really good polenta cake this series that was gluten free. Mind you, I have not seen them make a polenta cake. So guess what? They done spoil something for me.
Right.
Paul, any cake with cream and fruit. Paul, you're very British. What advice would you give to someone coming onto the show? Ignore Noel and Allison when they try to make conversation. Hollywood said that. Prue, sometimes the bakers long for them to go away because they're against the clock and want to get on with it. Oh my God. Do you ever disagree while judging? Prue, the discussion in Cake Corner, where they talk about the bakers, is more to inform and remind the audience, because Paul and I could do it in 2 seconds. Damn. The audience often says I'm kind and Paul's horrible. But if you look at our scores out of 10, we're never more than 1 point apart. I think I've given 110 in 9 years. I can't remember to who, though. I used to say it's not worth the calories. That is my absolute judgment about any baking, because it's full of fat and sugar. So do I really want to eat this? Am I prepared to get fat? I don't say it now because lots of people said they felt judged for liking cake. They thought I was being fattest.
I think we would call that fat phobic in America.
Indeed. Paul, I've never given a 10, only a 9.5. A handshake is very close to a 10. These are amateur bakers, but if they get a handshake from me, it means it's very professional. One more from Prue, and we'll leave it out here. There's more to be had on the article will be in your show notes. Prue, he will say, this year or this week, I'm not giving any handshakes. And then the hand will come out because the bake will be so good, he can't resist. Lots say I should have a Prue pat. Fully agree.
I love that. Yeah.
Prue do need a little something to also share in the tent. So I can sign off on that as well. The Prue pat. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. That was your Bakers Make the World Go Round, people. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, like I said, it is to be had in the show notes if you want to read the rest of it. I think I need to read the rest of it. It's a good deal.
Lots of fun.
My man JR, the Otter Bear, in the chat, I guess I can just throw up on the screen, was talking about the Carry On movies and said the movies are totally ridiculous and silly, kind of like Airplane or Naked Gun.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so that's what's up with there. Huh. Man, had I saw you in the chat before that, I wouldn't have went digging for the answer. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to keep eye on the chat and do the rest of this. Worry.
And I was looking at something else, or else I would have seen you. Our dad.
All to the good. Nick, let's get it started.
Yes, the signature challenge is a savory pastry plat. The judges are looking for a crisp, flaky, laminated pastry with a beautiful, delicious, savory filling inside. Pastry should be shaped to form a plat design, and they have 2.5 hours.
solid signature this go around. I was kind of like, okay, I can see what we're doing here and how it should be working. But let's run it down the line here. Ian's up first. He's going for an Irish sausage roll, savory plat. It's a tofu, broccoli, and potato stew kind of vibe. I'm just gonna say Guinness. They said Irish stout, but I'm like, buddy, that's just Guinness.
Right.
So I'm gonna call it Guinness because I can.
Mama name is Guinness.
I'm gonna call it Guinness. In a plat meant to resemble an Irish clatter ring. I did not appreciate the design.
It didn't look like a clatter ring.
It did not. It looked like something else, and we're not gonna say what that is because we try to keep this a little peachy.
Oh, like a wreath, but you're talking about the design part. Something gross.
Yeah. And leave it there. Don't even worry about it. Toby's up next. He's going for a Seville Place savory plat based on the first meal Toby made for his roomies, filled with chicken, bacon, leek, cheddar, and creme fraiche in intricately braided full puff pastry with a side of cranberry sauce. If you don't know, and I'm not trying to treat you like a dummy, some people just don't know. Creme fraiche is a dairy product similar to cream cheese. I disagree. I think it leans more similar to sour cream. A soured cream containing 10 to 45% butterfat with a pH of approximately 4.5. It's soured with bacterial culture. European labeling regulations specify the two ingredients must be cream and bacterial culture. At the new year, and I guess toward the end of last year, Rihanna and her homegirl was eating chicken nuggets with caviar.
And creme fraiche.
And me and Vanessa was like, we got to do that for New Year's. And so we did.
We tried it.
And indeed, so I within enough recency, like earlier this year, had creme fraiche for the first time. And trust me, like I said, it leans more sour cream than cream cheese. Not sure why. In that case, Wikipedia seems to think that, but they wrong. Leslie, she's going for Dad's favorite savory plat. It's going to be her take on a Paul Hollywood recipe she once made for her dad and he loved. It's going to be filled with pork sausage, mushrooms, caramelized onion with a layer of gooseberry compote. And I got to let y'all know what's going on with the realm of
the gooseberry.
I need y'all to know I was fully prepared to do not fully, nearly most of the ways prepared to do this show yesterday. So I already had gooseberry ready to go. And so here, I actually have the definition. I wrote it down. A gooseberry is a common name for a species of ribes, as well as a large number of plants of similar appearance, and also several unrelated plants. The berries of those in the genus ribes are edible and may be green, orange, red, purple, yellow, white, or black. I'm going to scroll through a few of them for you. Oop, I can't click on that screen. I have to click on this screen. Get your little gooseberry popping off.
It's in the currant family?
It is. A currant is and the gooseberries are both ribes. So they make a drink over there, a concentrate called Ribena. So it's I wouldn't say it's grape juice because it's not. It's currant juice.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I'm hip. I'm with it. So that she gonna put this. She gonna take Paul's recipe and then you have to forgive me for this. Goose it a little bit. Didn't really mean to do it that, but I had to do that by adding this gooseberry compote to it. A very interesting. Because we do eat meat. We eat meat with cranberry sauce and or lingonberry sauce, and some people we put mint jelly on stuff. So it's not like we don't do that over here.
But did she make it into a sauce, or did she just like
both? She made a little side of sauce, but she also put a line through the actual meat in the roll. Okay. Yeah, in the plat. Forgive me.
I don't know what a gooseberry tastes like, so I will withhold my American judgment.
Fair. Jasmine's going for Aunt Palm's sausage roll savory plat. It's gonna be filled with sausage, leek, and apple, seasoned with thyme and smoked paprika, with a little side dish of a tomato relish. Tom is going for a Hong Kong sausage roll plat. Inspired by his time in Hong Kong, Tom's plat will be a red pastry filled with minced pork, chili crisp, fermented soy, and all of this put together, in a braid that's made to resemble a dragon's tail, alongside a little smashed cucumber salad. They got no mention or play
At all.
Natalia is going for Kiev and crust savory plat. She's basically making chicken Kiev in pastry. Chicken Kiev, if you've never had it, is like a chicken breast, and in the middle is some.
It's like cheese.
No, it's just garlic butter.
Oh, okay.
And then it's like a chicken croquette, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's just like it's breaded and fried and so forth. But she's doing her little vibe of that in a platform. And so this has a line of asparagus and garlic butter in the middle. It's herb chicken thighs, smoked bacon, leeks, and garlic. And again, like I said, garlic butter.
Okay.
Aaron is going for a Jamaican beef patty saver plat. It's going to be filled with an allspice and Jamaican curry and Scotch bonnet chili seasoned beef with a side of a pineapple Scotch bonnet jam.
Put it in my mouth.
Again, I can't eat it, but Vanessa goes up for a Jamaican beef patty, so she could. So respect it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's judge their output. Leslie's up first. Love the look. Gorgeous color, good structure. Paul enjoys it and finds the interior lovely. Would have liked a thicker pastry as it would have made for a more flake, but that's the only complaint. For Prue, the gooseberry layer is a little bit of genius as it lifts the whole thing up, thus one-upping Paul's own recipe. Mm-hmm. And of course, they zoom in on Paul. And he got a look on his face like, this bitch. Talking reckless about my bakes, but it's cool. Tom's up next. They love the color. The design is good. The plat has torn a bit as they were basically pulled too tight, which they explained as people were making things. They're like, if you pull it too tight,
it's going to tear.
It's going to tear as it bakes.
Like one ridge.
Yeah, for sure. The flavor's lovely and the texture's good. Paul likes the flavor and likes the spice levels and seasoning. What he doesn't like is the pastry, as it's underbaked. There is some lamination, but it lost itself to the moisture of the filling. So probably one of the tightest is not the wrong way I want to word that. Critical, the most critical they've been of a bake of Tom's so far.
Except for one of his showstoppers too, they didn't love so much.
Yeah. Jasmine, very beautiful to look at. Love the bake on, as you can see the lamination. It's all, if Prue says, if all sausage rolls taste like that, I would eat more sausage rolls.
Ooh.
Paul likes the balance of flavors and the spice level is on point. Prue gets down with it so much that she says she can't stop eating it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
But also, they did want to eat Aaron's for lunch.
No. We'll get there. We'll get there.
They said every challenge.
Natalia, they like the look of it. The braid could have been neater and the color stronger. The pastry has good flavor, but it's underbaked, and that's because of the amount of liquid that is in it. Because of course, she makes this chickeny meaty situation, right? Boom, that's got its own moisture. But then, of course, there's an entire line of both asparagus, which has its own wetness, and garlic butter, which has its own level of moisture.
Yeah.
And so Paul explains that you basically need to overbake it to correct for the additional fat that the garlic butter layers bring into the production.
And all the water coming out of the veg.
Yep. But Prue's like, hey, I get down with that. Chicken Kiev is that's the best chicken Kiev she's ever had. I'm like, okay, I hear you. Toby, it's got some lamination. So what we did, well, of course, I will explain to you, is if for some dumb reason, dumb is too strong, but not a wise decision. Toby was like, I'm gonna go for a full puff pastry, and everybody else is doing a rough puff.
Right.
And because it's a full puff, Paul looks at it and says, that should be twice as big. So basically all that work was for naught. It lost the definition of the plat totally, which is why, because if you saw how intricate the braids was on this, basically he had little, okay. So he has this thing laid out, right? And it's a regular, like what is a braid. And then it's a braid up. Take one of those, cut it up tight, small, and then braid that back.
Braid it again.
So braid. It's like it look. I'm like, if that bakes up like nicely, it's gonna be great. And
be a winner. And it didn't.
Yeah. As for the flavor, this is one that I think this might be one of the most hurtful things I've ever heard Paul say.
He said, "I don't want much of it," or something. I was like, "Oh my god!"
He said, "You can get bored of that quickly."
Oh yeah, that hurt my feelings as like a person. I'm like, "Oh, that's not nice."
Yeah, that one didn't feel good. Pastry has some rise, but would have liked to have seen a bit lighter, a bit more flake. Prue Dixon says, "I could eat more of it clearly than Paul would, and I think it's very nice with the cranberry sauce." And then Toby's like, "So I probably should have put the cranberry sauce in it, similar to how Leslie put the gooseberry in it." And Prue was like, "You should have. You should have."
Mm-hmm.
So knowledge. Ian, they like the idea. There's some lamination to it, but not enough color. The filling is slightly loose because it's tofu.
And it was a little light-skinned.
It was. The tofu was sort of lost, and there just isn't much flavor to it. Because basically, tofu takes on the flavor of whatever you hit it with, but you gotta hit it with it.
Mm-hmm.
So and he just simply did not. So you gotta, if you're gonna be doing some stuff with tofu and you need it to be, present, either marinated in it or hit it with the spice weasel Elzar. You gotta season the crap out of it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm putting you onto that game myself because I've done a lot of stuff with tofu. I made fried tofu instead of fried chicken and so forth and so on. I'm telling you, it's trickery involved. It's lovely. Tofu was sort of lost in there. There's much flavor to it. It needed more of a punch to make it work. Allison thinks it's absolutely delicious with lovely lamination. All the veg and tofu together, absolutely delicious. Which of course makes the judges chuckle and just skate out on her. And I was like, that's my girl.
So I know they get to taste it, but they don't often show us them tasting it. But it would be nice to see them tasting stuff.
Yeah. Aaron is bringing up the rear here. The plating is fantastic. The platting is fantastic. A beautiful piece of pastry. Holds together well.
So pretty.
It's delicious. Really delicious, in fact. It's beautiful. Really good. The heat is spot on. The pastry, lovely. The annoying thing, it's just ever so slightly underbaked. It's holding well. It's full of flavor. Platting's good. It's stunning. Just delicious. Paul says he's having it for me lunch. Prue says, hold on to that little slice that she had for her lunch too. This is close to being perfect.
Then he cut a big ass hunk of it and put it to the side. Here's my thing about the slightly underbaked comment. I feel like that is less of a technical issue and more of a preference issue because it happened with 2 or 3 other bakers too, where he would say something like, I think it's slightly underbaked, and Pooh is like, I love it. I think it's perfect. To me, if my shit is like doughy and looking transparent, then we could talk about it being underbaked. But if it's just slightly under for your preference, I feel like that's something you should say, not like this is a fault on you as a baker. More so, this is my preference as a eater.
Said the same thing last week about Aaron's custard. Mm-hmm. That I feel like he might prefer a thinner custard, and in fact, it'll come again in technical when I say you win.
Yep.
And indeed, that was a great signature. Accessible, because everybody, in fact, a lot of our Great American Bake Off baking show friends were making it on their IGs if you want to go peek. And in fact, some of the great British Bake Off contestants were also former contestants were also making it on their IGs. If you don't get down there, so a lot of people were having a good time with the old pastry Plait. So a lot of fun to be had there. I really enjoyed this week's signature.
Certainly.
Yeah, for sure. Set them up, Nick.
The technical challenge this week is set by Paul. He tells them that they have to be neat and precise for the recipe to work properly. Paul would like them to bake his take on the classic Gala Pie. They have to make a spectacular rectangular pork pie made with a rich hot watercress pastry. Also, it must have the classic line of eggs going through the middle. They have to also make a piccalilli. They have 3 hours.
years ago, going through somebody's cookbook, I saw a meatloaf with a line of boiled eggs through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's kind of fly.
Mm-hmm.
And so every so often, your boy will make up a turkey meatloaf, little chicken, little turkey I mix together. So I guess a poultry meatloaf. And I will put a little line of boiled egg through it.
I love it.
As do I. It's very tasty. Turns out very well. So kind of respect the idea of this. Basically, a Gala Pie is a meatloaf in a crust. Think no harder than that. Mm-hmm. And you'll be like, oh, okay, I get that. Yeah.
My American sensibilities did not enjoy that they wanted it to be pink.
Again, I have a part of that. We'll get to that in this discussion. Promise you we will. But
not great.
I was not aware of it. Maybe you weren't either, Nick, and maybe you, the listener, are not, is piccalilli.
Yeah, no clue.
Or mustard pickle is a tangy mustard-colored British pickle relish. It's an English interpretation of a South Asian pickles made from chopped mixed vegetables. It is known for its distinct crunchy and savory flavor and is often served with cold meats, cheeses, or sandwiches. And the recipe, of course, varies by region. And as we go through this task today, you'll notice it varies by bakers in this tent, which I think is very kind of cool. Down like, what is this on my leg? All right, it was just fuzz, y'all. I was concerned I was being attacked by something. Like, what is eating me?
Oh no.
It's all to the good. You know what it is for the technical, baby. I can't really say too much. They were given a recipe and some guidance on how to make it. The judges really wanted a grip of leaves on top. No, Paul, I don't feel Prue would have gave two stinks about how many leaves is on top of this pie. But Paul was like, I wanted a dang forest worth of leaves on this thing. And I was like, chill, baby. I don't know. But sure.
I feel like the thing he wanted most importantly that everybody did not do is a whole.
Correct.
Yeah. How you don't know that?
I feel like if you've been watching this show, especially if you're somebody who wants to be on this show and have been watching this show, you know you got to get a hole for the steam to get out of. I don't. It's not so much rushed. It's just probably the intensity of getting this task done.
Yeah.
So it's okay. If you've ever had Appalachian Chow Chow, that's a lot like a pickle. I ain't hip to Appalachian Chow Chow, but I will look into it. I'm always down for finding out some new things.
I feel like I've had Chow Chow in Louisiana.
Okay.
I've seen it in a jar in like a store, or maybe in Florida. I don't know where I was.
I like piccalilli as a turn of phrase.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know, it's nice. Yeah. So let's judge their output. Aaron's up first. Not too good.
Brother.
It's underbaked. No hole to release the steam. There's not enough leaf decorations. But it's a very thin pastry. The eggs are right down the middle, which is good. The filling is overcooked. It has a nice flavor. The piccalilli pieces are a bit big, but good, sharp vinegar flavor.
I like that filling was cooked just right.
Yeah. I got that down here. Ian's up next. It's as if two different people have crimped it. One on one side, one on the other. It has the required hole, but would have liked more leaves. The eggs look good. The pastry is delicious, nice and thin. The bacon comes through nice, and the piccalilli looks nice and small, and it's quite sweet. As it turns out, which I guess we could have taken from his signature where he made stuff with tofu, Ian doesn't eat meat and doesn't work with meat. And this is the first time he ever had to work with meat. And he was looking at it like, yeah, that's gross. And I'm like, you're right. It is gross.
Very much so. But shout out to him,
Oh, yeah. Because I like it.
You're gonna have to.
I like a G who can just suck it up and get it in. Like I'm all right. That's what is asked of me, and let me go ahead and do what I got to do. Leslie, they like the look of this one. Well baked, but no hole means it's full of liquid. The pastry's lovely, neatly done. The eggs in the middle could do with more seasoning. The piccalillis are all different, but they're all quite delicious, is what Prue states after eating Leslie's piccalilli. Tom, bit of a mess. Lots of liquid spilling out. Pastry a bit thick. Good flavor on the meat as you get the pork and the bacon. Jasmine, crimping not bad. Pastry's robust. Has several holes. The egg is in the middle. Nice flavor. In fact, It's lovely. Natalia, they like it. Though the leaves are small. Because Natalia the only one who put all the leaves on this, and I thought it looked nice. But because there is no holes in it, it means the steam is going straight into the pastry, so it's quite soggy inside and out. Toby, a bit sporadic with the leaves. There is a wee hole at the top. It looks lovely, but the pastry is quite thick and has gone real soggy, quite salty, and the bacon is really forward, delicious and crunchy with small, noticeable pieces. So that's what's right and wrong. Here's what I have in my note. Upon rewatch, I'm unsure Aaron should have come in as low as he did.
I 1000% agree.
It seems like they wanted some wet pig meat, and Aaron had the good sense to cook that swine through. Cause just cause.
Also, like they complimented his pastry. And the thing that I always say when it comes to these technical challenges, it is pastry week. It's not pork egg week.
It is not. It's the pastry, which was a thin. It was a good pastry, and I just don't feel like it should have put him in last place. Probably would have put him where Natalia was at 5th,
in the middle.
Yes, yeah. Easy as that. Here's her ranking. Aaron came in 7th. Paul just was like, the pastry was thin. And that was it. Tom came in 6th. This is the second time Tom done came in. One time he came in last. So the second time he has come in toward the bottom of the pack in technicals. He's very bad at technicals. It will get him one day.
Yeah.
Didn't look so good. Pastry was thick, but it tasted good. In 5th is Natalia. In 4th is Toby. In 3rd is Leslie. The man who don't even eat meat comes through in 2nd. Looks lovely. Only complaint was the crimping. And then first, for her 4th time, Jasmine ticked all the boxes.
My favorite thing about this was when they announced Aaron's as last place. He looked over at Tom like, it's yours. That shit was so funny to me. I screamed because they have the funnest relationship and they are ribbing each other, whatever. He looked like, girl, you're not going to claim your.
Well, for Miss Jasmine, she ticked all the boxes.
Yes.
It has the holes on top. It had the leaf, neat crimping. Well done. Jasmine, like once upon a time, the homie Jurgen is kind of dog walking.
But you never know.
And that's the point, because all of a sudden they took my man from me.
Right.
So, and I ain't been right since. I need
like
you to know.
Game of Thrones, you start liking somebody and they chop their head off in the 9th episode of the first season. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert or whatever. Like second to the episode with the jiggly bits, this was extremely difficult for your girl to watch all that water coming out of that bread.
when they did not put the hole in it.
Ooh, all that wet bread.
It's wet bread. It's pink pig. I'm like, maybe it's an American thing. We have been told consistently, cook that through because pig got stuff in it.
Well, the reason it's pink is because they're steaming it. And it's why I don't like smoked meat. Because I know the meat is cooked, but it's pink.
Yeah.
No pink meat.
Levels to that.
Yes. I thought we was keeping it PG.
I just, hey, you do with that what you will. Levels to that. That's all I'm saying. If you will, my dad.
It's not a lie. Showstopper challenge is a visually stunning sculpted tart. They can use any style of pastry, but the judges will be looking for great flavors and great textures. Now, this part they did not do until after this, but I'm going to include it. The tart should have a decorative theme and have a beautifully sculpted pastry. There should be a story behind it. The whole construction has to be at least a foot high, and they must make the structure out of the pastry they're using for the tart. They have 4 hours.
Oh, goodness gracious. Nick Jew, were you Showstop this week?
Yes, for the most part.
Fair. Were you Showstop last week?
Chocolate week?
Yeah.
Is that the week that they had stuff like pouring down things?
Yeah, it was when they did the fondue situation.
Yeah. It's lovely.
Good stuff. I really appreciated Natalia's Mount Vesuvius. Box was bothered by it.
I was kind of with him because it was not just Mount Vesuvius. It was the last day at Pompeii.
Yeah. It's very specific. Yeah.
With people like half burnt up by lava on the beach. It was quite upsetting. It was masterful, but it was upsetting.
There you go. Tom's up top here. He's going for man, I had the pronunciation, y'all, and it's gone. So I'm just going to read it to you like I think I know it. A Rizza Lamanda sculpted tart. We'll get into what Rizza Lamanda is here shortly. It's going to be shaped like a 4-in-a-row board, aka Connect 4 for round yarn, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The board is to be made with sweet short crust pastry that will sit atop a tart filled with puffed rice, almond creme pat, cherry and kirsch compote with toasted almond flakes. Now, a part of a Rizza Lamanda, man. Sorry, y'all. I had said it multiple times earlier to be prepared for this, and it's right out of my brain.
It's right.
Has a tradition of placing a whole almond amongst the slivered almonds, and if you get the whole almond in your serving, you win a little prize.
He didn't have no prize.
I mean, you know, hey. Rizzilamande is a creamy, traditional Danish dessert served at Christmas dinner. It is a luxurious version of rice pudding made with combining cold rice porridge with whipped cream. Man, that really hit my lip weird. Vanilla, chopped almonds. It's typically served cold and topped with warm cherry sauce. Don't worry, you know I have a version of it, so you can check it out. Boom.
Nope.
I haven't had rice pudding since the mid 80s. It's something my mama made once upon a time. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how this cooks up or anything like that there, but it's attractive.
To me, it looks like a Halloween decoration.
I can see it. You probably make that. You usually call that brains.
That damn on the Golden Child when it's a little blood coming out the oatmeal.
Oh yeah, when he hit the little spoon.
Mm-hmm. That's what that looked like to me.
Man, Golden Child is a pull, y'all. Y'all gotta know that's a deep cut. So
I know ball.
Yeah, facts. Natalia's going for a swan sculpted tart. Her grandparents' surname translates to swan, so this is dedicated to her grandfather who passed away. It's a tart of raspberry jelly. Let's remember, jelly over yarn is jello. Okay. Mm. Pistachio praline, or praline as they say. I like praline better. I don't know.
Yeah.
And creme diplomat topped with a short crust swan. I need y'all to know, I went and got the definition for creme diplomat. It was like, I gave y'all definition of creme diplomat earlier in this very series. So y'all know what it is. If you don't know, go back a few episodes. It's in there. Aaron's going for a Nobody Gnomes sculpted tart. You know I love a good punny name. It's based on the story of how Aaron and his friend would move her mom's gnome around the garden.
So cute.
It's a jasmine rice custard tart filled with a ginger jam, topped with ginger ale, forgive me, then covered in a peach gel, decorated with a short crust bridge, his second of the season, and a gnome surrounded by trees. Toby's going for roller coaster tart, sculpted tart. Appreciate it. Made with a sweet short crust. It's a roller coaster ramp will be sitting on top of a burnt honey custard filled tart, topped with a blackberry reduction and a mascarpone chantilly. That one I hadn't told you about before, so let's go. A mascarpone chantilly is a rich, stabilized version of a traditional chantilly cream. Remember, chantilly cream, it's just whipped cream, made by whipping mascarpone cheese with heavy cream, sugar, and vanilla. The addition of the mascarpone creates a denser, more luxurious, and flavorful cream that holds its shape better and longer than standard whipped cream. He uses the mascarpone chantilly to make the grass that the entire operation is sitting atop. Looks great. See, like it would taste good too to me. Jazz is going for the Orchard Sculpted Tart. Poached pears in a chocolate frangipane tart, decorated. Oh, sorry, I moved my notes. Decorated with a short crust pear tree and a chocolate soil kind of vibe. Leslie is going for Mabel's Bumblebee Sculpted Tart. Once again, Leslie talks about her granddaughter Mabel. She's dedicated several bakes to this series so far, and I love that she loves her grandbaby so much. These are going to be pecan pies glazed with honey in a sweet short crust, stacked atop each other, and decorated with honeycomb pastry shapes with crushed boiled sweets meant to resemble honey-filled combs. She also then paints bees on some of them, and it's a really fun thing. Allison helps her out a little bit on one.
Cute.
Ian's going for I got this for you too. The Giant's Causeway Sculpted Tart. It's a sweet, short crust tart filled with pecan, walnut, and whiskey, and topped with whiskey chantilly cream, decorated with Giant's tossing pastry boulders. I wanted you guys to see the Giant's Causeway because I was like, what is he doing? And then as soon as I saw this picture, I was like, oh, that's kind of dope.
Those boulders were incredible.
They're not really boulders if you look at it, because he was making these like. Apparently, this is where these are made. I believe of basalt, and they're from they're volcanic. A volcano that happened many
crazy
caused this the rocks to look and appear like this.
The crazy part is how like straight up and down rectangular the ones are in the background.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So, and I think if you were to see his, and I might make that the art for this week. That's what he did. He made that in pastry, and I was like, well done. So Ian and Tom can come through in the events where they can practice for. And this week Ian came through in technical. So I also got to give it up to him. Unlike Tom, Ian
did a good job.
Did a good job in the technical as well. The Giant's Causeway is a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Northern Ireland, made of about 40,000 interlocking basalt columns, which are the result of ancient volcanic activity about 60 million years ago. It's also the subject of a popular legend involving a giant named Finn MacCool, who supposedly built the causeway to fight a Scottish giant. Ian tells the story as he is explaining making his tart to Paul and Prue. So it's a lot of fun to be had there, and we'll get to it. But before that, you get one more little video package before we jump to judging this output. Here, we'll see you in a bit. Tom's up top. They like the design. They think it's clever. Prue likes how structurally sound it is, and how the bake itself, as there is nothing nicer than fruit, custard, and a nice pastry. Paul really likes it. He enjoys the tartness from the cherries and how well it works with the custard, and the almonds work well with it and kind of lifts the whole thing up. And so you just want more of it. You gotta see it to understand it. But my man came through with a really cool design, but also you can just lift a lid off that mug that itself was made of pastry.
Bruh, that part was so incredible. It didn't even look like a real thing.
It looked like I don't know, like pottery, or I don't know, like
it was
something
crazy.
Yeah, like the lid to a pie tin. Only it was just crushed. You could eat that bad boy if you were so inclined. Aaron coming. So I thought, and I'm gonna say this to you, and I'm like, is this shady or are they trying to make you think something's about to happen here that's not going to happen here? So after Aaron's judge, and I'll talk about that here shortly, they kept bringing the camera back to him as they talked about other bakers this whole episode. And I'm like, you trying to make it look like he got stank face? Because he don't really. Right. And again, second watch, I think he got more credit for his bake than I was giving him when I initially watched. I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, on the second watch, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, they was real vibey with him. It's just one thing. They liked the proportions and the depth of the design, as well as the lake that works so well. So it's a solid design across the board. But the jasmine is quite punchy. And why is that? It's because he used extract. And too much of it, making for a very floral tart, though it's not unpleasant. Just what I wanted the ginger to be more present.
That's the thing. I feel like this is the second time this week that Paul has given Aaron judgment that seemed negative, but it was not negative. Like it feels like a preference thing. It was floral for you, but you still liked how it tasted. It wasn't inedible.
Yeah. Prue likes it because it's strange and new to her, but she doesn't think she can eat a lot of it. And like I said, that just tells me dial that jasmine back. Dial that jasmine back just enough so that the ginger and the jasmine are seen together as opposed to one taking over the other. But in general, well done. They like the pastry and all that, so he did well. Ian, so detailed and so clever, a great work of art that shows off the Giant's Causeway, but too much booze. Too much booze. It tastes good, but the alcohol is slightly overwhelming. But the texture is good, and the pastry is beautiful. Solid. You got to see this to believe it. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to make the show art if I can find a proper image of it. It's gorgeous. So my man is an artist. Trust. Leslie, the bees on the pastry are exquisite.
Oh, God, they were so pretty.
It really was. But the whole thing is slightly askew. Paul likes the way it's popping out. It's proper 3D, is what he says. Very arty. Again, they say homely instead of homey. They say arty instead of artsy. It's just little tweaks here they do to what we all say over here. Prue was worried it would be too sweet, but it's not. Paul likes the depth of the flavor that the nuts provide, and the honey is good too. It has a hero flavor that works. He likes the design, even though it's slightly overbaked. It's under or it's over this week, y'all. And it's upsetting because then I know what it is. They're like, don't want to be underbaked. Let me leave it in a little longer. Damn it, now it's over.
Oh no, I feel like unless it's burnt, we shouldn't be talking about over. Unless it's raw, we shouldn't be talking about under.
Toby, a bit wonky, but it looks stable. The burnt honey is really nice, not overly sweet. Blends well with the blackberry and is delicious together. The pastry is exceptional. Just falls apart. Wafer thin, melts in the mouth. All the texture beautiful. All the flavors are good. Shame about the wobbling design.
Poor baby thought he had an extra half hour.
Again, it's one of the things like, how are we not? In fact, they announced it to you at the beginning of the operation, 4 hours to complete. It
but
means
sometimes you get some shit in your mind and you just are like, yeah, I have 4.5 hours.
I know. I'll be having a whole like what day?
Yeah.
When?
It's Tuesday all day. Damn.
Natalia, real good job. The height, the proportions, the lake that the swan is sitting on.
It's gorgeous.
The pistachio praline brings the sweetness, the raspberry, the tartness, and the cream brings it all together. And when you get all the elements, it's just hitting. But the pastry's overworked and too thick. The pastry's also tough. And in Prue's mind, the raspberry dominates too much. It's delicious, but similar to Aaron's, she would only like a little piece of it.
Yeah.
But it looks incredible.
It was gorgeous, but it is pastry week, not, is it real or is it cake week?
Beautiful, y'all. She is a hell of an artist in her own right, and I hope that's something she does some stuff with.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, just shooting lights out this week. Let me be real with you. At least design-wise. Jasmine, very personal. You can see it in Patisserie shop. The pears are nice, but the chocolate frangipane, though rich, is a bit drying on the palate. Something needs to be added to it, a curd or something maybe to cut that. Otherwise, they love it. The design is amazing and very jasmine. It's just missing that texture. Oh, and for the record, the pastry is very good too.
I thought it was kind of plain.
Oh my God. I was like, this is insane how she whipped that up.
It was a little simple. But then on second view, I was like, it is immaculate. Though.
Yeah. Like when they do that little close up, you're like, that shit look like wood.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, girl, you wild.
No, my first viewing, I was like, and then I watched it again. I was like, oh no, it's immaculate.
Yeah. I gotta respect it. Meaning your star baker for the third time this series is Jasmine.
I think it probably should have been Leslie, but that's just me.
Let's scroll back up to her signature. What did they say about her signature? Leslie. Only complaint is that he would have wanted more flaky.
And
I don't think that's enough to yeah. And
Jasmine's thing was dry.
Yeah. And Leslie came in third in technical.
The only thing is that the part that they complained about Jasmine was not the pastry element, so I can see that. But I think Leslie did very well this week.
I think Leslie had a week just like Aaron's week where he got star baker.
Exactly.
And therefore, probably easily, I'm not gonna say arguably should have had star baker. Unlike last week, I think I could argue again. And I'm like I said. If anybody gonna get Starbaker last week that wasn't Aaron, sure. But Aaron got Starbaker last week, and that's why I was peace with it.
Yeah.
So it's all to the good. Jasmine's really good at what she does.
Like JR the Otter Bear says in the chat, you never know. Shock elimination in the quarter or semifinal is almost becoming a tradition. Jurgen Janusz.
Yeah. Because people get nervous. That's where it becomes nerves. They get them as opposed to their baking skill.
And also, if you're shooting lights out the entire competition, they're either going to cut you a break if you mess up in like one challenge, or you mess up a whole week and you're out of there.
Yeah, it's wild because of that. But sent home is unforced. I mean, whatever. No disrespect. Love her to bits.
Somebody has to go home. At this point, everybody there is doing really well.
Yeah. And it is Natalia. And I can't even argue against it. Sometimes I'll be like, no, maybe. But this case, nah. I feel like a lot of some of this was also sins of the past. This is messed up in technicals and so forth and the like. It wasn't that she had a terrible week. She didn't. She had a fine week. But fine will not get you to past pastry week in this case. Yeah.
I see Leslie starting to pull out from the pack, which I've been waiting for from the very beginning. And I keep on saying, if Aaron doesn't get it together next week, he's going to go. So I really hope that this next week he gets it together enough. I would like to see Toby take one. He's shown some really, and Ian, I think everybody left should be star baker at least one time. They all have the potential to, but they're just running out of time at this point.
I love being right about Leslie. We said that in week 2. Watch for her. And here we are. Guess what?
One to watch.
Normally, you can catch us in the chat Tuesdays around 8:30. Yesterday was a bit of a fluke. We should be good. We were just discussing it the next few Tuesdays through. We should be kind of good to be recording on that. So worry not. Jump in the chat. YouTube, Twitch, we're out here. Make sure you comment and subscribe on YouTube because that's what basically pushes it to other people to be seen. I want you to open up YouTube and see us sitting right there, okay? And to do that, it requires that you comment and subscribe so, it shows up in your feed more often. And then you can go share with other people so it starts showing up in their feed. Do that for us. If you're on Apple or Apple Podcasts or Spotify, get us with them 5 stars. It helps so much. and just pushes what we do into more people. If you are so inclined, message us at podcast@stagefriendshipmilk.com or call, text, or leave us a voicemail at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We certainly love to hear from you. And you know we have the homeboy Frank in the building, or in the email, as it were, sharing his thoughts on Pastry Week, season 16. First, I have something. I have to say someone jinxed Natalia. It was me. They when they said they were going to switch their attention to her after their boo had been eliminated during Chocolate Week. Now she gone to
look at
kiss
you.
tisk.
Mm-hmm. Switching booze. Supposed to just be sad.
Oh no. Hold on. No. I ain't saying Natalia gonna be my boo. I really dug my Italian and Indian Nadia. Nadia. What it was. What a fly mixture.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was okay about it during Extra Slice. Allison was on as a guest as well. Natalia stated her husband went behind her back and submitted her name for the show. When asked what her plans were now, Natalia said she wanted to open her own baking business and asked if anyone had funds to partner with her. Very cool.
I love that.
Also, Allison was cackling throughout the hour nonstop. That led to a game where they played odd noises and they had to figure out if it was Allison, an animal, or other. Results were surprising. Now, I don't think I need to add any comments to this episode. The energy level was just off the charts with that runway walk. Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. So of course they wanted a a beautifully
something tart.
A visually stunning sculpted tart.
Yes.
And so Noel says, so if you need an example of a visually stunning sculpted tart, here's Allison, who does a little catwalk down the middle of between the baking stations.
And he's like, you think that joke might come off a little sexist, and then they did it again with Allison and Noel.
And then because at this point they are really just like, laughing their asses off. They're like, hold on, we gotta get Prue. And so they say Prue, and Prue kind of just dance a little bit. Then she like, nah, hell. And she go ahead and catwalk down to herself and just
let me tell you, truly
shaking her little booty.
Shaking her thing. I'm sorry, she still got it. I saw a little something. I saw something. Prue, Dame Leaf. I see it.
She is. I like that. I love what they do together, which is why she just said it's kind of like a carry-on movie. They're just having a great time,
mm-hmm.
And it just was a great time to be had. And I really enjoyed this episode. Like I said, it really turned out well. I had forgotten all about that. I thought I wrote it in my notes, but I guess I had not.
I know, same. Like, thank you. See, this is why we gotta have Frank on the show.
The homie, you know what I'm saying? Worry not. Frank will be joining us. I believe I believe we have decided on the finale. Frank, you don't know that, but you do now. See you in the finale, sir. Worry not. And that'll be a good time to be had there. Let me see where the energy level was off the charts with the runway walk. The look on Paul's face at the end when the contestants expecting him to walk says it all. Well, congrats to Jasmine for her third Star Baker title. Well earned. She has clearly established herself as the front runner. It was sad to see Aaron regress. I'm not going to go so far as to say I saw Aaron regress. My man didn't poke holes in it, and a lot of people didn't poke holes in it. And that's about that. I think he cooked his meat right.
Yes.
And in fact, I think everybody else cooked their meat wrong. But that's just me. Then again, he wasn't as sassy as he was last episode. Staying catty might be the key to him remaining successful. True indeed. Got to have that kind of energy for yourself. Regardless, he has a decent shot at making the finals. Now I want to talk about Tom. And this will be a little controversial. This was his weakest effort, but it didn't bother me too much. Now, even the most talented of contestants can have a bad week. But something about Tom clicked in my brain. I wondered if his mediocre performance in technical is more than just bad luck. It might be something about his mindset. Technical challenges are basically problem-solving pop quizzes on the level of SAT or the GRE. Someone like Poimon clearly panics when they happen, and she can't function and ends up a bit of a mess. Forgive me. But I think with Tom, it's a different situation. He stated before how he needs to better prepare for them, yet he's never cracked the top three.
Mm-hmm.
It's pure speculation. But I suspect part of the reason he doesn't do well is because part of him doesn't want to do them, and he ends up not fully committing to the task. Okay. He's arguably the most talented and creative baker this season, but after 6 weeks, you would think he would have managed at least third place in one of the technicals, just by law of averages. For no other reason, every other contestant who made it to Pastry Week has managed that. During the one for back to school week, he came in 6th. You would think a baker of his skill would have the ability to do a better job making a school cake from scratch. Toby, who is so inconsistent, has beaten Tom almost every time in technical.
That's crazy.
When you compare Tom to Jasmine, you can see where it's coming from. It's clear she has much more drive and focus, and it shows in her results as a competitor. So it makes me wonder about his chances of making it to the finals, since it's not a slam dunk anymore. Well, I've left you with plenty to ponder. Frank, thanks always for contributing to the show. Like I said, we will have you on. The goal is to have you on for the final. We'll talk to you about getting that set up and what that involves. Worry not. Like I said, and as you know, because you listen, I've been saying that's what when it gets him, it will be the technical that gets him.
Because the thing is, like, it's not, I want to call him arrogant, but there is always, as I say, the technical doesn't count until it does. So there's going to be a week where he's neck and neck with somebody who wins the technical or beats him in the technical if he doesn't get it together.
That's exactly what it has to be, people. I'm telling you, that technical is going to get my man. So that's going to be it. Next week is Meringue week. Oh,
I love it. I love it.
An entire week dedicated. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a pavlova and so forth. But an entire week dedicated to meringues seems like a lot.
Yes, I'm ready.
We'll see how meringues work it out, and if they do work out, y'all. That episode already came on in the UK last night. We'll get it here Friday, and so that'll be fine and dandy to get this. This episode might be a little later in the day Friday than normal. That's because everything is off by one day. And normally, right now, I'd be editing this show, and instead I'm recording this show. And tomorrow I record another show. So it's situational. Worry not. If this is not if you're watching it live, thanks.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to watch because I have something going on Friday night. I have a thing that I do for work every year, all day, Saturday, all day. I probably could get it Saturday night. Then I've got class before church, and then another thing on Sunday. So this might be not until Sunday night for me.
Fair. So, see, we all got problems. Problems not that deep. But
first world problems.
at the finest. As always, that is the Internet's Nick Jew.
I am me.
I am the Internet's Terror 713. Bake with us again next time. Until then, peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.
Stays crunchy and milk.